The letter. George Washington, really, says Annie. Yeah, I think he is, says Jack. Wow, where'd he go, says Annie. I want to see him again, come on. She started toward the river. Wait, don't go far, says Jack. I just want to make sure it's him. He opened the Revolutionary War book. He found the picture of the boats on the riverbank. He read, When George Washington gathered his troop by the Delaware River, he was commander-in-chief of the whole American army. The general led the army for 6 years, until America became a free and independent nation. In 1789, he was elected the first president of the new United States. Oh man, it is him, says Jack. He pulled out his notebook and wrote, General George Washington helped America become independent. Hey, what are you writing? Someone asked. Jack looked up. A bearded soldier was pointing at him. Jack showed the Revolutionary War book and his notebook into his back. Nothing, sir, she said. He started walking away. The man shouted after Jack, but Jack ran down toward the river and lost himself in a crowd of soldiers. When he looked over his shoulder, he was relieved. The bearded man was nowhere in sight. Stop, young man, someone shone a lantern right in Jack's face. Jack gasped. It was the captain. I told you to go home, Jack, the captain said sternly. Where's your sister? Jack looked around. Where was Annie? I don't know, he said. Find her at once and go back to your family, the captain ordered. Our secret mission is very important. Children will only get in the way. Yes, sir, says Jack. The captain started to leave, but he stopped. I wonder if you could do me a favor, Jack, he asked. Sure, says Jack. The captain pulled out his letter. This is my letter to my children, he said. It's a farewell letter. Would you please take it back with you to Frog Creek? Yes, sir, says Jack. You must only send it if you hear that we have failed in our mission and many patriots were lost, says the captain. Yes, sir, says Jack. The captain handed his letter to Jack. I copied the generous speech for my children, the captain said. If anything bad happens to me, I hope those words will give you courage. The captain then turned and disappeared into the crowds. Good luck, Captain, Jack called. He hoped he would never have to send the letter to the man's children. Suddenly, Jack clutched the letter to his chest. Send, he whispered. This letter was the right thing they'd been looking for, something to send. He and Danny could go home now. Their mission was over. Jack shoved the captain's letter into his bag. Now he just had to find Danny. As he looked around, he shivered. Where is she? He muttered. Jack started moving through the crowds looking for Annie. It was hard to see. The wind was blowing harder. The snow fell faster. Jack started to panic. Annie, he called. As he moved quickly in and out of the crowd, he kept calling for her. None of the soldiers noticed him. They were all too busy. Finally, Jack came to the river. To the lamplit mist, he saw soldiers waiting to get into the boat. Some had already climbed the boat. Jack came a cry. Jack saw the figure of a small girl. She was sitting in the back of the biggest boat. No way, he whispered.